duplicate.
Na so ẹ̀mí ò láàárọ̀ o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Tẹ́ jẹ́jẹ́ o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o. Make you take am easy.
Na so.
Radio Afinju says if you drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink.
Tẹ́ jẹ́jẹ́ o.
Make you take am easy.
Na so.
This awareness is brought to you by Radio Afinju. When heavy rain begin fall and plenty water full everywhere, dey alert my people, shine your eyes as e dey happen for other places e fit reach your side.
Má ṣe da ìdọ̀tí sójú àgbàrá, gbé ilẹ̀ rẹ fún àwọn ọkọ̀ akólẹ̀.
No go put yourself for danger dey waka for flooded roads.
Gbọ́ o, ǹjẹ́ tó bá rí ẹnikẹ́ni tó hùwà tó lòdì sí òfin àmójútó ìdọ̀tí àti ẹ̀gbin, ẹ fi tó àwọn aláṣẹ létí. Report to the nearest authorities.
Má ṣe da ìdọ̀tí sójú àgbàrá.
Ìlera lọ́rọ̀. This awareness is brought to you by Radio Afinju.
Hey there, Super Kids! Are you ready for a ride of fun and learning? Get ready to blast off on Kids Arena with Auntie Pearl and crew on Radio Afinju every Saturday at 10 to 11 a.m. Listen to stories that will tickle your bones, games that will blow your mind, and music that will make you dance like no one's watching.
Wherever you're listening or watching Radio Afinju, the time is 3 p.m.
First, a look at the highlights. Nigeria demands UN Security Council sit. Court dismisses Northern APC suit to remove Ganduje as APC chairman. Mayor of only Muslim-run city in US endorses Trump for election. A very good afternoon and welcome to the World News on Radio Afinju. My name is Stella Aderanti. The news in detail. The federal government has reiterated its demands for the United Nations Security Council sit after contributing to 41 peacekeeping missions and deployment of over 200,000 troops for global peace. The Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru, while addressing the 79th United Nations General Assembly, emphasized Nigeria's long-standing commitments to international peace and security. He said at the summit of the Future Interactive Dialogue 2 with the theme Enhancing Multilateralism for International Peace and Security that since the first deployment in the Congo in 1960, Nigeria has contributed to 41 peacekeeping missions globally, highlighting the deployment of over 200,000 Nigerian troops in UN operations. Badaru called for reform of the UN Security Council to ensure Africa is represented with permanent seats, arguing that this would enhance global stability. The defense minister stressed the importance of building professional African armies to combat terrorism and urged for operationalism, the African standby force. Justice Inyangekwo of the Federal High Court Abuja has dismissed a suit seeking the removal of Abdullahi Ganduje as the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC. The suit instituted against Ganduje by the APC North Central Group was dismissed by the judge on various grounds. Justice Ikwo held that the APC North Central Group is not a juristic person and not registered in law, and therefore has no legal power and capacity to file the suit. The judge also held that the plaintiff failed to explore the internal mechanism for peaceful resolution of issues before rushing to the court. Justice Ikwo further held that the appointment of officers for APC by its National Executive Committee is an internal affair of the party which no court can dabble into. The Northern Central APC group had dragged Ganduje, APC, and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, before the court, praying for the nullification of appointment of Ganduje by APC on the ground of gross violations of the party's constitution. Specifically, the North Central APC group claimed that the appointment of Ganduje breached Article 13, whose identities remain undisclosed, walked away unharmed. Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hundeyin confirmed that police officers arrived shortly after the crash. He further said that one of the drivers, suspected to be at fault, was also investigation continues. A guard at Orchard Farm, owned by the Emir of Yori, Mohammed Zayanu Abdullahi. According to reports, the animal may have perceived the deceased as coming to harm its baby, hence the attack in self-defense. The 60-year-old deceased was attacked by the animal while fishing in Yori River at Tilo village in Yori local government area of the state. The chairman of the local government, Abubakar Shuaibu, said Megadi has been buried according to Islamic rites in Yori after a funeral prayer. Also, Governor Nasir Idris, in a statement by his chief press secretary, Ahmed Idris, sympathized with the Yori Emirate and the family of the deceased. Away from Nigeria, two leaders of Tanzania's main opposition, Chadema party, are among 14 members who have been arrested. The UN Security Council is due to meet by the end of the month to decide whether to renew Kenya's current mandate for another 12 months, paving the way for a full UN mission in 2025. In Asia, Sri Lanka's new president, Anura Dissanayake, has been sworn into office, promising clean politics as the country recovers from its worst economic crisis. The left-leaning Dissanayake has cast himself as a disruptor of the status quo, and analysts see his victory as a rejection of corruption and cronyism that has long plagued the country. Saturday's election was the first since 2022, when discontent over the economy fueled mass protests and chased former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa from power. The 55-year-old, who is familiar of winning the state, which has been governed by the SPD since German reunification in 1990. But after voting ended, predictions put the SPD on 31 to 32% to the AFD's 29 to 30%. The election on the outskirts of Berlin was being watched closely after the AFD became the first far-right party to win a state election in Germany since World War II in the eastern state of Thuringia on 1st September. The party also came a narrow second in Saxony on the same day. 4 members of the same family, including 2 young children, were killed in a gas point to a gas explosion as a cause of the collapse. In the Americas, the mayor of the only city in the United States with an all-Muslim government, Amir Ghalib, has endorsed former President Donald Trump for November's presidential election. Ghalib, who leads the city of Hamtramck in the crucial battleground state of Michigan, said that the Republican candidate is a man of principles and the right choice, despite their disagreements on some issues. Trump reposted Ghalib's endorsement on his Truth social platform shortly after the announcement. Hamtramck, which has a population of about 28,000 people, made headlines in 2021 when it became the first U.S. city to elect an all-Muslim city council and a Muslim mayor. Ghalib, who immigrated to the U.S. from Yemen when he was 17, already supported Trump a little less than a week after meeting. The Ministry of Public Health said in a statement that children, women and medics were among the victims of the air attacks. The announcement came hours after Israel's military had warned civilians to move away from places it claimed are being used by Hezbollah, which launched a barrage of missiles into northern Israel the previous day. The intensification of the fighting across the shared border, which has seen low-level skirmishes since Israel launched its war on Gaza in October, follows last week's explosions of pagers and walkie-talkies which killed dozens in Lebanon. Now talking sports, North Korea secured a record-equaling third victory in the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, beating Japan 1-0 in Bogota. They became the joint most successful side in the football tournament's history, equaling powerhouse nations Germany and the United States. Chio is every single game in Colombia. The 17-year-old